Fratelli, the Rugby podcast. The Italian Rugby podcast. Fratelli, the Rugby podcast. The Italian Rugby podcast. The Italian Rugby podcast. The Italian Rugby podcast.
New episode of Fratelli di Rugby. As you can see, I'm not with Mike tonight. Surprise, I'm with Luigi, with Lynagh. Luis, how are you?
No, very well. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me on here. Like you said, it's a shame to not have your partner here, but we're in good hands, I think.
I hope so. So today we're gonna switch between Italian and English. We're gonna mix it up a little bit. So for the Italian speaker that doesn't speak English, we can have a couple of words about that. Then, of course, for the English speakers and the international that listen us, we have a lot of listeners from the US on
Oh, really?
Yeah, just we have a lot of Italians moving around, so always good.
Yes,
Maybe
good.
tonight from other coordinates they will follow up and listen. So don't forget to subscribe and support Fratelli di Rugby podcast. But tell me everything. Let's start from the last 5 minutes of the game. How were the feeling in the field?
Yeah, well, I was very wet. First of all, it was raining a bit. No, it was really, in a game like that where it's close and it's lots of rain and a lot of mistakes. You're kind of, as a winger, you're kind of sitting out there thinking, oh, the ball's never going to come to me. So I'm just sitting there being really cold, really. No, but it was very intense. The crowd was amazing. God, it was like that 2 minutes of defense we had right at the end when we were defending our half, and full credit to all of the players, especially the forwards. I think if you look at the stats, there's Nico Cannone, 26 tackles. Most of the pack are above 16 tackles each.
We numbers for you too in this game, because you have a 10 tackles too in this game, just to put it work of a winger to it. But of course, the Cannone brothers together 45, which is insane to think about. Let me see. But as you said, I was there just getting water and water. But in general, maybe you were much more worried about keeping connection with your fullback, moving around. Was Lorenzo Pan in that moment? Maybe
Yes.
with Paolo too. How is the role of a defender for a young winger that now is playing? What are your tips in defense? Where should I see? How should I see the pitch? Because the overlap or the play in behind, as we saw when you scored, it's key. So
yes, yeah, no, it was it's pretty, the work of a winger. It's quite, the way I see it, and a lot of people see it, the less tackles you have to make, the better the defense is working and the better you're defending as well. So it's basically when the ball's on the other side of the field, say I'm on the right wing, the ball's on the left, I normally look up and you got to look at the numbers in front of you, see if there's someone right on the wing for the crossfield kick, see what's in front of you, see who's then check inside you, who your teammates are, and then more importantly, where we are on the field. So in our half, I know that my fullback, in this case, Lorenzo Pani or Paolo Garbisi, whoever's in the backfield, will always close outside me and take the last man. So that gives me confidence to be able to go up and make defensive reads, make tackles, help my centers out. And that's kind of the role. It's a lot of talking with the people inside you, the people in the backfield, making sure we don't have, say it comes to my side, they go back. There's no one in front of me. I've got to scream to the people inside me, fold. Otherwise, obviously, the attack will have an overlap on the other side. So a lot of it is communication. And if you can communicate well and the whole team's listening to each other, normally I don't have to do too much tackling, which is a good thing. But then obviously when it comes to tackling, I obviously like tackling and don't mind it. It's just, out the way we defend, it allows me as a winger, it's actually quite comfortable because I know my fullback will always be outside me. I know the centre has the person inside me, so I just go up and get in the lane of the passer, so he either doesn't pass it and gets hit by someone on the inside, or I go up and tackle the man and ball or get an intercept and stuff like that. So it's quite. It sounds like a lot, but it's actually a lot more simple when you're out on the pitch and it's actually happening in front of you. Like I said, it's just all communication between each other.
Talk about the defense. You mentioned you arrived with still with Gusen was in charge of the defense for Italy, and then with Hodges now. How is as a coach? Because we see him usually in getting really heated up during the games when he's around there. But
Yeah.
what is the kind of philosophy you try to bring into this team? Because we see a lot of time backing game is key. Not a lot
Hmm.
of players into the breakdown,
Yeah.
standing ready to, and also pretty aggressive. But from your perspective, how is this?
No, that's it. That's exactly it. I think it's a lot about aggression and especially for the forwards dominating collisions. For us as backs, because we don't have as many opportunities to make a dominant collision. It's more about making your tackles. It's just say it's a 1-on-1 in the 5 meter channel for me. Just make it. I don't have to smash him. It's just make sure you make that tackle. Like you said, you basically hit the nail on the head. It's a lot of aggression. It's a lot of line speed. It's a lot of once you make that tackle, get back up to your feet within 2 seconds. And yeah, not a lot. It's normally slow the breakdown down, but quite a few players also have license to jackal, like Giuliani,
Of course,
Cannone, Bischetti, Tommy Menoncello in the wide.
Spaniolo when he's in the second
Spagnolo,
half.
exactly. So if the ball's there, it's not like don't go for it. We can't put people in the breakdown. It's if it's there, go for it, but don't give away stupid penalties. And that's another big thing for our team that he's implemented. Is like that if it's an avoidable penalty, if it's a 50-50, just
Move back.
just leave it because they'll either kick it back to us or we'll get a turnover, knock on, or something like that. So it's really taking a step forward. I think since the autumn, especially, I think that's when it went like that. And that first game against Scotland, your defense has to be really good when the weather's like that. So I think we actually saw the stats. We made 200 tackles in that game.
Yeah, and
So
looking at the tackles on and looking at the stats of the carries by Scotland, there was kind of 54% of failed gain line by the Scottish during this game.
mhm,
One line break with Darcy Graham, so that is something huge because Italy was back in the days a team where if there was a line break, something happening, probably they can score against us, but
mhm.
this week, for example, you score again, another time catching a ball after a kick like 2 years ago against Scotland. So seems like
Yeah, I like to chase after kicks. It looks
yeah.
like.
And talking about that, I will show just one picture that I made. Talking about the try because at the media press conference, Quesada said that he pushed a
Mhm.
lot of emphasis on this preset first two
Mhm.
three phases, and
Yes.
this is a specific example like an open pitcher on one side and the short side pitcher with that issue that we saw, right?
Mhm.
With the fullback not moving well, and in this case, from your position, you were
Mhm.
screaming for the ball, you were pulling your hands out. How you felt in this
Mm.
way when Nacho got the ball? You thought he was going to kick right away, or you feel the momentum and running for that ball?
I when we did this move in training the whole time, we obviously it's a three-phase move like Gonza has described, and he designed it to make it work exactly like this. We knew that we found out that Tom Jordan, Carl Stade, and Jamie Doby would be their back three, and that was the first time they would operate as a back three. It's the first time they've all played together in the same team for Scotland. And we knew if we could manipulate the way the defense or leave three people on the open side, me, Nacho, and Leo, and then send everyone back. And if a good defense coach would see with Italy, a lot of our play goes through that four pods of
Four pots, right?
the four forwards in a pod the 10 coming out the back, switching direction. A lot of our game plan is run through Paolo Garbisi, as it is. Every team runs through their 10, basically. And, there must have been some miscommunication in their backfield, because as the move designed, Carl Stein had already gone to the left side and Tom Jordan's still stuck in where he was. Obviously not, and they had no clue the ball was going to go to Nacho. And like you said, when he received it, I saw the space immediately. That's why you could see me pointing my finger. He also saw the space immediately. So luckily it kind of worked, and he put in a perfect kick, and all I had to do was make sure I didn't drop it.
That was a great catch. I had the videos and also that catch, but also from your side, there was so many things happening in the last years. The way the wingers play much more inside the field, into the field, and also much more kicking game. And this kicking game was something that it's really changing. And with you in the field, there is this other weapon that we can use to go and catch the ball, as you did for the Menoncello try. How much effort during the week on the skills with Ducy, Quesada, and of course with Treviso? But how much effort you put, you guys, into skills like catching a ball under the rain, not knocking that ball down, but also creating an opportunity to score?
Yes, no, we especially in the backs, the forwards do almost more work than us on skills, scrum, line out. But as backs, we have every day basically we have skill blocks. We work a lot on. For me, as as a back three winger, a lot of my basic skills would be, like you said, chasing that high ball and going to win it back. The game's kind of changed, as you said. Chasing a box kick is no longer just a way to change territory and change pressure. It's a weapon, which a lot of teams now use in like the URC and the Premiership, but now definitely at international level. And I didn't really used to be that good at the high ball, especially attacking ones, before the new rule, which allowed no escorts,
no screening.
No screening, just one-on-one competition, basically.
Let's say no screening sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes, exactly.
You will be really angry about it.
No, there was always a miscall, but no, I think it's a very big strength of mine, and something that I've been really pushing myself to do more of, especially at Benetton and now being here with Italy. I think the team want to have that as a big focus. We want to play, but then if there's no going forward, we know that we can go to this kicking game and this defense that is very strong. So it's something that I as a winger I have to be good at, and I pride myself on working hard on it, and when I play for the team, doing it 100%, doing it to the best of my ability for us.
How do you reset after a big emotional game like this, getting into the next one, Luis?
Yeah, so that's a big focus point we've had all week, especially even after the game. It's a big win, but Gonza and a lot of the players already talked about how, yes, it's a great win. Let's celebrate it with family and friends tonight. But come Sunday, get back into recovery, start thinking about the next week, because we've won against Scotland in the first game of the Six Nations, but if we lose all the rest of the games, it won't matter really. So it's we want to be more than the underdogs. We want to be more than just the team that celebrates the one big victory in the Six Nations, and everyone's like, what the hell, like Italy has won a game. We want to be a team challenging
regulars, kind of.
Exactly regular victories. Yes, we won against Scotland. That's just like another that shouldn't be like the upset of the year. That should just be two really good teams, and it could go either way. So I think that we're starting to gain a lot of respect in the rugby world, and I think if teams aren't taking us seriously, I do think that they should, because we have a lot of talent, a lot of weapons, and a very good coaching staff who every week provide a detailed game plan that we think that will give us the best opportunity to go and win the games. And I think that's the biggest mentality shift I've seen since I've been in the group. As you've said in the past, Italy teams, they might start strong and then suddenly the team would come back and then, you know, just give up
And
almost, or
drama.
just or the score would get run away. Whereas I think now, you know, we're going into games thinking and believing that we will win this game, not just compete for 60 minutes, but 80 minutes and take it right to the wire. And you saw in autumn, I think that was the real stepping stone that, you know, that sort of we beat South Africa to the last 10 minutes and then beat Chile. And people were like, oh my, well, this is different. What's going on here? So it's, I think it's something that everyone should, I think the Italian population and the rugby world should be really excited about, because for me, as a person who loves watching rugby as well as playing it, you know, your competition, you don't want the top 4 teams just always being the same every year, same people win, or every year, you know, the more the competition, the better the more the competition, and also the better quality of the competition makes rugby a better product to play and to watch.
It's so important to have so many opportunities to do, also to speak to different podcasts like you did, and it helps growing. We saw a beautiful video about your victory by Squidge last week, but always funny things happening, like for the love of rugby, talking about how good you are for
I'm
playing Call of
still
Duty. Tell
good,
me more
still
about
good.
this.
Yeah,
Still
well, I'd
good.
like to think. I like to think I'm still good. I'm sure there's other people.
What?
No, I do. It's, you know,
No. Please go on.
it's just,
I was
yeah, no, it's
thinking
just
about how fun it is.
yeah, it's just a passion of mine ever since I was young. I've always played video games, me and my brothers, my friends. You know, it started off very young when, you know, I think I was 6 when I got my Nintendo DS, and then it
Okay,
turned into
so
like the PSP, and then the Wii, and then the Xbox 360, and then, you know, I've been through all the list of stuff. And, you know, I love all sorts of games: FIFA, Call of Duty, Fortnite. You know,
did you play in
but
camp, Luis?
do I play in camp?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. There's me and a few other people who play. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I've actually recently bought myself a gaming laptop, so it's handy for when you've got to travel or stay away from home for for the Six Nations. So, no, it's just something I like to do, and especially since moving to Italy from England. You know, I moved to England when I was 5, and basically grew up there. And I have a lot of my best friends, a lot of my friends are over there. So it's, you know, it's a way to connect with them, even though I'm on the other side of Europe. And it's almost like going on a night out, except we're just
Well,
shouting at each other.
that's true.
Yeah,
Good way to spend some time, because sometimes you want to kill time and you don't know how. But then with a couple of friends even
exactly,
far away, that helps a lot.
exactly.
Getting into the next game, Ireland. And Ireland
Mhm.
hurt by the way they lost against France, but Ireland is still Ireland. We don't have to
Yeah.
forget the dimension of Farrell's Ireland, and the quality
Mhm.
they have, even with injuries. We At this moment we can say even Italy, with all the injury, still show up with a lot of quality, which
Mm.
is probably the team that grew up the most. If you think about a few years ago, if there was an injury, we were like crazy. Oh my God!
Mm.
Now who's gonna
Yeah,
play? Now we
yeah. Who's
feel
gonna
kind
play?
of okay. We can still do it. So,
Yes.
how you prepare for Ireland for this week?
Yeah, no, we know, as we talked about in the last question, was you know, we know that, yes, we've beaten Scotland, who are a great team, but in the Six Nations, every game is going to be difficult.
Week
And
after week.
exactly, it's not just a right. We finally got through this week. We can have a rest now. No, we can't. We've been training really hard this week in preparation for Ireland. The non playing team has been doing really well for us as well. I think that's a massive thing that helps us a lot. Um, and yeah, we know it's going to be a test. We know they have injuries. We know a few people are missing, but that's, like you said, it's Ireland. They've won the Six Nations quite a few times the last few years. Andy Farrell's still coaching them, and it's they're always going to be one of the best teams in the world, no matter if they lost to France or they might have a few injuries. We know they're going to be physical. We know they're going to be organised, and we know that they're going to bring a very good game. And it's their first game at home, so that's also an added thing for them because they love playing at home. And I know the Irish crowds can get really behind the Irish team at the Viva Stadium. So we know it's going to be hard. But again, we're going there we've got the mentality that we're going there to win, not just compete. And I think it will be a really, really good game, a very competitive game. And, hopefully we can replicate the result from against Scotland.
So, did you enjoy this kind of pressure, or in a certain way, do you tame it?
Yeah, for me personally,
You
I
embrace
love,
the challenge.
yes, yeah, I love the fact that we get treated as underdogs, and it means there is, we have this pressure now because we're starting to perform better and people expect stuff from us. But I still think even if we win against Scotland, I still, people still see us there. No way they're going to beat Ireland. So it's, I think me personally, I love that, and and I think the rest of the team, like it, and also take a bit of offense to it. It's like we're also a very good team, and people should start respecting us. So I think it'll be a really good game, and I'm just really excited to hopefully also play in some dry weather instead of playing in a hurricane, which would be, as a winger, I might get to touch the ball more than three
That's true
times.
too. Look, I lost voice after 2 days. Last night I was sick, so I understand you because all the rain we took as a fan too.
Yeah,
Even in the media
it's
press
terrible.
area, you feel like
Mm,
vaporized
mm,
water all over. So we felt
mm.
for you in
It's
the field.
terrible.
But yeah, hopefully it's gonna be a dry weather on some Valentine's Day too, if I'm correct.
Exactly. Yeah, Valentine's Day.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. I have a couple of questions because we spoke with Fischetti in the mixed zone and asked him about
I,
the Italy 15. So you watch the game. I think as a fan, is a
mhm.
great opportunity to shop more players. Something that probably make you even happier seeing the front row, the Benetton front row, young Benetton front row playing
Yeah.
so well against just a Roddy Sutherland over there, a couple of good tourists,
Yeah.
Lions tourists. So, what do you think about that game,
Mm.
or in general, what is this project? Because it came out after many years, this opportunity for Italy.
Yes, and it goes back to what you said about, a few 10, let's go back 10 years. If there was an injury in the Italy squad to the to the guy who's first, it's like, oh God, what are we gonna do? There's no one else basically. But now it's amazing. Like, we already have a long list of injuries, and we've shown the quality of the team, and it just again shows the Italy 15 going up against the Scotland A team. There's, as you said, there was a couple lines, tourists. I think, was it Richie Gray or Johnny Gray that?
I think was Richie Gray, but there was even
Yeah.
there
So I
was
mean,
Cameron Redpath, one of the best center in the Premiership
oh,
too.
exactly. So that Scotland team, most of the players could play for the first team comfortably, um, and it's just amazing to watch the guys. Play with real heart. No one gave them a chance of even coming close, and it was brilliant to just watch them, play with fight and courage, and really good skills as well. And as you said, the Benetton front row, Destiny, all those guys. It's just, they've been playing well this season as well, and it, you know, I'm glad to have seen them prosper from it. You get a lot of experience playing in those sorts of games. As even though it was a draw, and you'd like to win. You've just played against season test players, Lions internationals. I mean, that'll take you from here to here, and then it's the more exposure the better, because you never know, there might be injuries, and then all of a sudden you're in the Italy team and you have to go up against people like that week in, week out. So I've always liked to say that when I was younger as the academy guy in Harlequins, it's like, yeah, it's annoying not being in the academy. It's annoying not playing every single week. And you can complain all you want, but as soon as you get your chance, you have to be ready to take it. Otherwise, if you don't, then there's nothing else you can say. You got given your chance, you didn't take it, then you have to wait until the next one. So that it is amazing to just see how far the quality of depth in the Italy setup has gone, and I really hope that there are many more games like that for the Italia 15.
Talking about the you mentioned like the credibility, the team, what we want with Kieran Crowley was respect and credibility, something that even Seb Negri many times speaking to us mentioned. I saw that in the locker room of the Olimpico there was like dominate the invisible, dominare l'invisibile, something really big. Yeah,
Sì, sì.
controllare
Controllare
l'invisibile.
l'invisibile.
Is it that the
Sì.
mantra, the word that Keso and all the stuff is like the keyword for this team? Is it that?
Mhm. There, there is a lot of there's a lot of different words. That's part of our mantra, what we go by, what we should live by. There's also
Ispirare, ok,
inspirare,
sì, inspire.
e dopo vincere. So we want to inspire the future generations. We want to inspire our friends and family and the people who are watching, and then also win. So and then those are the main things. But then underneath that, how do you do that? And one of the things is controllare l'invisibile.
Invisibile, yeah.
Invisibile. And yeah, I think that's a really big thing because it says it's things aren't just going to happen. You need to work hard for them, and the only thing you can do as a player, you might not play every week, but you've got to control the uncontrollables, control the unseen things. So how hard you work at your skills, how if you're in the line out, how much do you study the line out moves? As if you're a back, how many kicks, how many high balls are you doing? So it's amazing because I think from the first time Gonzalo took over the team, he installed this sort of team building. We all came together a lot in meetings to discuss what we want to do and what our squad wants to do,
Yeah.
basically, like all those key words that the squad lives by. So, and yeah, no, it's we this whole squad is bought in, and every single week I feel like we keep on getting better.
Fantastico. Luigi, couple of words in Italian just to wrap up. Chi è il primo che ti ha chiamato Luigi o a Treviso o a casa
Mm.
o con la nazionale?
Luigi.
Perché per noi è venuto in
Sto
automatico.
pensando, io penso era Mitch Lamaro mi ha chiamato Luigi la prima volta perché quando ho arrivato con la nazionale ero giocando a Harlequins, ero chiamato da Gonzala, vieni dentro, era la settimana
Italia-Francia.
sì, Italia-Francia 2 anni fa, 2024. Ho arrivato qua ai campo di allenamento e non so dove andare, ero seduto sulla strada fuori e Monti Ioani mi ha preso, was like, oh man, how you doing? E dopo questo era più facile, ero integrato con il gruppo e dopo un po' penso sì, Mitch mi ha chiamato Luigi e adesso tutti mi chiamano Luigi o Gigi. Gli argentini come Gonza, Nacho mi chiamano
Lucio.
Lucio o Luisito.
Luisito, interessante, Luisito.
Sì, sì, Luisito, però sì, ho tanti nomi, però se mi chiamano un nome è bene.
Basta che ti chiamano.
Sono contento. Sì, 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 esatto.
L'altra cosa, con la nazionale, abbiamo visto all'inizio anche del gruppo c'era anche per esempio Todaro che poi ha avuto questo infortunio,
Mhm.
però come l'hai visto un giocatore così che tu sai cosa significa essere giovane e giocare in Gallagher Premiership?
Mhm.
Lui lo hai visto negli
Sì,
allenamenti, però che tipo è stato? Da quanto ho capito io, molto positivo con l'attitudine in tutto.
sì, 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 no, lui è uno dei miei, sai, amici adesso. Io penso ero molto vicino con lui Adesso io non sono, devo ricordarmi perché io non sono quello giocatore giovane in la squadra. Io sono 25 adesso, ma sono giovane, però non sono giovane in rugby. Sono, sai,
A metà, a
metà
metà.
della mia, sai, la metà. Oh. Sì, no, lui è molto simpatico, vuole venire dentro, vuole imparare tante cose, vuole giocare, vuole, sai, quando fa allenamento vuole provare cose. E lui, how do you say, he's in a very good
No,
team.
è in una squadra molto, una buona squadra, certo.
Squadra, sì, a Northampton sono primi in
Bel
classifica
rugby.
in Premiership, sono bravissimi come giocano, come sono allenato dai allenatori. No, lui è molto, sono molto molto triste per lui. Lui era
Tra
sì,
l'altro anche
vicino.
rivali, amici e rivali di posizione, diciamo, no? Però
Sì, sì,
molto
sì,
bello.
però io non. Sì, è un rivalo, però in tutto il senso positivo. Io e lui non eriamo cattivo
Uno
con.
con l'altro.
Sai, io vogliamo spingere, sai, siamo così. Lui gioca una squadra bella, sta giocando, così dice, he was playing
Sta
very,
giocando
very
molto
well.
molto bene, sì, sì, stava a me.
Sì, molto molto bene, facendo mete, giocando con giocatori molto bravi. È venuto qua, tutti i giocatori sono innamorato di lui, quasi. È molto molto simpatico. È un grande grande peccato cosa è successo. Sai, io e lui parliamo sempre sul telefono, perché anche io quando ero giovane ho avuto
Esatto.
tante operazioni di ginocchio, ho avuto 3, cioè io so com'è. Più
Cosa
di tutti,
significa
non solo l'infortunio, però anche the timing.
il tempo
Eh,
quando è
come
successo
si
da
il
giovane?
tempo. Esatto, sì. È brutto, però è rugby, cose così succedono e ho detto a lui se vuole aiuto con qualcosa o vuole chiamarmi quando
A
vuole,
disposizione.
sono qua perché sì, adesso deve mettere la testa giù e lavorare per ritornare più meglio di essere meglio di.
Di prima. Aspetta che ti ho perso un attimo. Eccomi. No, 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 non ti preoccupare. Deve
Scusa,
tornare meglio di prima, stavi dicendo. Quindi perfetto.
sì.
Lois, la chiudiamo qua perché mi hai dato tanto tempo. Ci sarà, quindi parliamo quando tornerai in Italia per un'altra partita che giocherà l'Italia a Roma, quindi Italia-Inghilterra, che sarà un'altra partita interessante, ma credi che noi tifosi, dobbiamo
Mm.
essere ancora più caldi allo stadio? Perché non so cosa si sentiva con tutta questa pioggia, questa situazione. Vorresti ancora più calore allo stadio?
Ma io ho detto questo dopo la partita. Era pazzesco vedere il stadio olimpico pieno con quella pioggia. Era bellissimo di vedere. È un stadio pieno con il tempo così per celebrare una vittoria così. Era bellissimo. Però sì, se
Ancora
sei
di più.
il più carico possibile in stadio è meglio per noi perché io e tutti gli altri giocatori feed off the energy.
Sì, avete recepite, prendete le energie
Sì, sì,
dallo
esatto,
stadio.
è bellissimo. Ti sentiamo in campo davvero, in difesa, in attacco, è bellissimo. Sì, spero di avere più, anche di più energia quando giochiamo in Inghilterra.
Perfetto. Ultima domanda, tu sei a metà, hai detto, sei a 25 anni, a metà tra un inizio carriera, un continuo, una maturità, quindi dopo.
Mhm.
Ti vedi in un futuro, dopo il rugby, ancora nel rugby? Se pensi adesso, ti vedi ancora nel rugby o no?
È difficile da dire. Non so cosa.
Ci sarà in futuro?
Sì, sì, io vedo un futuro, però io anche vedo un futuro fuori di rugby, fare altre cose mi interessa, però sono un po' come mio papà. Lui è mai andato a fare allenatore in rugby, però ho fatto un po' di TV, però ho fatto tante altre cose fuori di campo. Sì, adesso sono un po' in mezzo, non so cosa voglio fare, però sì, ho tante cose mi piacciono fuori di campo, mi piace tanto, rugby è la mia passione numero uno, so. Adesso per me è rugby, 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 però quando sono finito vediamo quanto vecchio sono, andiamo, perché se sono 20, 36, 38 era quasi più di 30 anni di rugby, so. Forse un
Vabbè,
piccolo break.
il break fa bene. Luis, buona fortuna, Luigi, buona fortuna per tutto, per il futuro, per la partita, per le prossime. E grazie del tempo che mi hai dato a me e a Mike in questa giornata.
No, niente, grazie Ottavio. All the pleasure was mine. It was really
Thank you
good.
so much. So, guys, don't forget to subscribe, put a like, a commentary to let us know if you think about what you think about this pod with Luigi, Luis, Lynagh. Ciao a tutti. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Luis, stay
Ciao,
there.
ciao.
Say bye to you.
Fratelli, the rugby podcast. The Italian rugby podcast. Fratelli, the rugby podcast. The Italian rugby podcast. The Italian rugby podcast. The Italian rugby podcast.